Your Excellency Dame Marcella Liburd, GCMG JP, Governor General of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Youth Empowerment, Housing and Human Settlement, Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs, Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disability. The Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas, Senior Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Economic Development and Investment. Dr. Marcus Natter, Cabinet Secretary. Members of the Diplomatic Corps. Pastor Davidson Morton. Major Coyote Sutton, Acting Commander of the St. Christopher and Nevis Defense Force. Mr. James Sutton, Commissioner of Police. Mr. Walford Gums, OBE JP, Companion of the Star of Merit National Awardees 2025, family and friends of awardees, former awardees and other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a happy good morning to all of you. We are very delighted to have you here at Government House with us to witness this investiture ceremony for our 2025 National Honorees Star of Merit for their various contributions to building our nation. The government confers this award to these individuals through the National Honors Committee as a tangible acknowledgement of their respective outstanding achievements. Our Governor General, being the Chancellor of the Order, has the responsibility to invest these persons. And so we are all very thankful, and we extend hearty congratulations to our awardees. And we also extend our thanks to the families for sharing their loved ones with us. I now invite Inspector Alfonso Hendrickson, QPM, to give us the formal introduction.
Protocol having already been established. Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of Her Excellency the Governor General, Dame Marcella Althea Liburd, GCMG, JP, I welcome you to this investiture. I now take pleasure in giving you a short commentary on the proceedings for this investiture. In a few moments, the flag bearers will enter the state room. They'll proceed up the aisle to the platform and take their positions at the back of the platform. Shortly thereafter, the Governor General, accompanied by her ADC, will enter the state room and take her position on the platform. You're kindly asked to stand when the Governor General enters the state room. The national anthem will be played. After the national anthem, the invocation will be led by Pastor Davidson Morton, and thereafter you'll be asked to be seated and the investiture will begin. The awardees will be announced. They will enter the state room through the door on your right, stand directly in front of Her Excellency and receive their insignia. Having received their insignia, Her Excellency will have a short chat with them, shake their hands, after which they will be escorted to their seats. At the end of the investiture, the Honorable Prime Minister will deliver brief remarks, and thereafter you will again stand for the playing of the national anthem. At the end of the ceremony, the Governor General and her entourage will remain on the platform to take photographs with the awardees and their families. There will be a photographer available to take photographs, and at the end there will be light refreshments. Thank you. I will now invite the flag bearers into the state room. Could you kindly stand for the arrival of the Governor General? Okay, I now invite Pastor Davidson Morton to give the invocation.
Can you please be seated? I want to say a special thanks to Your Excellency for inviting me to be here today. I think this is a special honor for me to come to the Coronation Center of St. Kitts and Nevis, and I hold this moment very special. A few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, I came to church and I said, 3 o'clock this morning, the Lord woke me up and told me to pray for the Prime Minister. But I said, I have never seen this man. All these years, this man is Prime Minister, and I've come back and forth in St. Kitts, and I've never seen him. Anyway, I said, everybody stand. For whatever reason, that Sunday, 199 persons came to church. And Dr. Terence Drew, you made 200. So I said, we're going to pray for the Prime Minister that God will give him wisdom beyond his years to be able to lead this great nation. And so we stood and we prayed. And I said, God, one day, I am soon to be 70 years old, and I want to see the Prime Minister before I go. Three days later, Your Excellency called me and asked if I will be here for this ceremony. And when I looked on the paper, I saw that Dr. Drew is going to be here. I lifted my hand and I said, God, you have a sense of humor. And so here am I. Mr. Prime Minister, we have prayed for you, and I want you to know you are in leadership so that people will have somebody to blame if things do not go their way. Stay the course. Let's pray. Our Father, I thank you for this moment in time. You are God, and beside you there is none other. You do all things well. I commit these men who you have called to lead. I pray, O God, that you will give them wisdom to be able to do what's right for the people. Now, God, we thank you for the honorees of today. Thank you, Lord, that the country has seen fit to bring them to the highest institution of the land to tell them thank you for services well rendered. I commit them into your hand, and I pray that the rest of their days, as today the nation rises to call them blessed, that the rest of their days will be bigger, better than anything they've had before. In Jesus' name, amen.
Mrs. Dorothy Maynard Clark. Dorothy Maynard Clark began her educational journey at St. James's Elementary All-Age School in Nevis, where her academic excellence was evident from an early age. She advanced rapidly through the school system and consistently distinguished herself as a high-performing student. In January of 1952, she entered the teaching profession as a pupil teacher at Whitehall School. She successfully completed her pupil teacher and assistant teacher examination in 1959. She earned a training diploma from the Leeward Islands Teachers Training College in Antigua. Following her marriage, Mrs. Clark relocated to St. Kitts, where her contribution to education expanded significantly. She served with distinction at several primary schools. Her leadership abilities were recognized through appointments as head teacher at St. Peter's Primary School and Bastia Girls' School. In December of 1974, she was appointed head teacher at Newtown Primary School. In this role, she provided strong academic leadership, upheld high standards of teaching and learning, and mentored both students and staff until her retirement in December of 1992. In recognition of her outstanding contribution to education, Newtown Primary School was later renamed the Tucker Clark Primary School in her honor. Her distinguished service and lasting impact on education in St. Kitts and Nevis makes her a worthy recipient of the Companion of the Star of Merit in education and academia. Please help me welcome Mrs. Dorothy Maynard Clark, CSM. Goldwin Caines, MBE. Goldwin O. Caines, MBE, is a towering figure in the public service and broadcasting of St. Kitts and Nevis. He began his civil service career immediately after high school and over more than 50 years became a trusted leader in broadcasting, tourism, disaster management, public communication, and cultural arts. Starting as an announcer at ZIZ Radio in 1968, Mr. Caines became a household name with programs such as Musica Latina and Open House. As general manager of ZIZ, he led historic milestones, including the live broadcasting of the 1983 independence celebration, launched Prime Talk, and mentored generations of broadcasters. Under his leadership, ZIZ grew into a platform for education, national dialogue, and cultural expression, earning national trust and regional admiration. The ZIZ Radio production studio is named in his honor. He trained at the BBC in London, studied mass communication at the University of the West Indies, international relations and diplomacy in Barbados, tourism marketing at CTO, and management studies in Canada. He also undertook extensive disaster management training across the Americas and the Caribbean. Mr. Caines' career also included roles such as public relations officer to multiple premiers, government and chief information officer. In tourism, he implemented innovative promotional strategies and reforms which elevated the sector and positioned taxi operators as national ambassadors. Following Hurricane George in 1998, he strengthened national disaster preparedness as public relations officer and acting head of NEMA, serving on the National Disaster Mitigation Council from 1999 to 2010. He was appointed member of the British Empire, MBE, in 2010. Alongside his leadership in media and government, Mr. Caines has shaped the cultural heartbeat of the nation as a formidable Calypsonian in the 1960s and 70s under the moniker the Mighty Professor, then as a member of the National Carnival Committee. Goldwin O. Caines' life exemplifies leadership and service across multiple disciplines in the public service. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions, he will receive the Companion of the Star of Merit 2025. Please help me welcome Mr. Goldwin Caines, MBE, CSM. Dr. Jerome Thomas began his professional career in the sugarcane fields of St. Kitts, where he served as an agronomist with the St. Kitts Sugar Manufacturing Corporation following the completion of a Bachelor of Science degree in General Agriculture from the University of the West Indies in 1978. His early work provided a strong practical foundation in crop production and agricultural management. He later earned a Master of Philosophy degree in crop science at the University of the West Indies. Upon returning to the Federation in 1984, he joined the Department of Agriculture as a research officer, where he served for a decade and completed his Doctor in Philosophy degree. During this period, he became widely recognized for pioneering research that led to the successful cultivation of white potatoes locally, which expanded opportunities for agricultural diversification. In 1994, Dr. Thomas was appointed Director of Agriculture, a post he held until 2007. His tenure was marked by innovation, strategic planning, and greater support for farmers. He introduced the Department of Agriculture's annual open day, implemented crop forecasting systems, annual review and planning meetings, the Small Farmers Revolving Fund, annual farmers and fishers competitions, Farmers Outreach Center at Tabernacle and Foys, the Estrage Irrigation Project, and the formation of key farmer organizations. Dr. Thomas authored The Agricultural Landscape After Sugar, a forward-looking report that anticipated the transition challenges following the closure of the sugar industry. He later served briefly as agriculture advisor within the Ministry of Agriculture, before joining the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations as a project coordinator in Barbados. In 2010, he was appointed FAO representative in Jamaica with responsibilities for Jamaica, the Bahamas, and Belize, and a position he held until 2016. Dr. Thomas has represented Caines and Nevis at numerous regional and international agricultural meetings and conferences, including CARICOM, COTED, FAO, AICA, CARDI, and CITES. Deservingly, Dr. Jerome Thomas is rightfully awarded the Companion of the Star of Merit, CSM 2025. Please let us welcome Dr. Jerome Thomas. Loazine E. Williams. For over 40 years, Loazine E. Williams transformed lives and elevated secondary education in St. Kitts and Nevis, with influence evident from the classroom to the principal's office. Ms. Williams began teaching in 1971 at St. Paul's Primary School and later served at Dateby Primary School before joining Sandy Point High School in 1979. There she taught home economics and most notably English language and literature, inspiring generations of students to appreciate language, poetry, and the power of expression. Her excellence in the classroom led to her appointment as head of the English department, a role she held with distinction for nearly 20 years. She also contributed to regional marking standards as a CXC English language marker. She believed every child could succeed and foster disciplined, respectful learning environments where students gained confidence, thought critically, and pursued academic growth. In 2002, she became principal of the Sandy Point High School, later renamed the Charles E. Mills Secondary School. Her leadership strengthened both academic and extracurricular performances, with the school excelling in athletics, debating, public speaking, football, cricket, and netball. She introduced key initiatives to enhance student life and learning, including the Reading Across Level Literacy Program, expanded student clubs, and a comprehensive school safety plan. She also advanced major improvements to the school facilities, including the construction of the fifth form block with information technology and home economic laboratories, along with upgraded science and learning spaces. After retiring in 2012, Ms. Williams continued to support education through volunteer reading support for primary students, English tutoring for CSEC candidates, and co-founding the Bernadine Mary Williams Memorial Scholarship to assist students entering secondary school. For her transformative impact as an educator, her visionary leadership in school administration, and her lifelong dedication to student success, Loazine E. Williams is awarded the Companion of the Star of Merit 2025 for Education and Academia. Please let us welcome Loazine E. Williams. I now invite Mrs. Cherise Gums back to the podium to present the other citations of the awardees. Thank you.
Lydia Thompson Claxton has dedicated her life to sport in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. From an early age, she played tennis, cricket, and football alongside the boys in her village on the island of Nevis. Her early dream of excelling in sport led her to focus on netball, the sport that would define her career. She did continue to play cricket and was selected to the Nevis female cricket team squad, an opportunity she declined in favor of netball. While still a student at the Charlestown Secondary School, Lydia co-founded the St. Thomas's United netball team in 1987 and captained it in the local league. She later formed and led teams such as Pace Setters and Untouchables, consistently competing at the highest levels and representing Nevis in OECS club championships. In 1990, she was selected to the Nevis netball team and captained its first under-23 squad in the OECS under-23 tournament. She also played for the OECS netball team against Australia in 1991 and joined the inaugural St. Kitts and Nevis Federal Netball team for the AFNA tournament in 1997. In 1998, Lydia achieved the pinnacle of her career, captain of the West Indies netball team. Under her leadership, the team won a test series against England 2-1 and also defeated Wales in a test match. Lydia Claxton contributed profoundly as a mentor, coach, and sports officer. She coordinated major competitions, including the Giant Malt Primary School football competition and the TDC Primary School cricket competition, and introduced the one-day primary school football festival. In 2011, her contributions were formally recognized when the eastern section of the Grell Hull Stevens Complex Pavilion was named the Lydia Claxton Pavilion. She continued to coach, mentor, and inspire young athletes even after eventual retirement from civil service in March 2023. This was after 33 years of exemplary service. For her outstanding achievements and lifelong dedication to sport, Lydia Thompson Claxton is awarded the Companion Star of Merit 2025, a fitting recognition of a career that has uplifted sport in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. Pastor Leroy George Benjamin Sr. has devoted his life to spiritual leadership and guiding generations in St. Kitts and Nevis. Recognized from an early age as a child set apart, he overcame the loss of his father at the tender age of 5 and was nurtured by his mother and the Gospel Hall Church in Caines and Otleys. As a teenager, he committed himself to God's service, a decision that shaped over 40 years of pastoral ministry and inspired countless lives. He began his pastoral journey in 1965 at the St. Paul's Church of God and in 1967 was appointed the pastor of the Halfway Tree Church of God, where he has served faithfully for 38 years until his retirement in 2005. His ministry was marked by visionary leadership, compassion, and a deep commitment to people, particularly young persons whose lives he helped guide toward purpose and achievement. Pastor Benjamin has also provided national spiritual leadership. He was the chairman of the General Assembly of the Church of God in St. Kitts, a founding member and later chairman of the St. Kitts Evangelical Association. His forward-thinking approach elevated church life, including modernizing church facilities at a time when such innovations were uncommon. His ministry extended beyond the pulpit into community empowerment. He established a secretarial training school at the Halfway Tree Church of God, which provided free skills training, and founded a church daycare center that continues to serve families today. Pastor Benjamin made history as the first chaplain of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force and the Fire and Rescue Services, a role he carried out for 20 years, offering spiritual guidance and support to officers and their families. He later founded the St. Kitts and Nevis Retired Police and Fire Association and the Otleys Village Improvement Association, both organizations dedicated to continued community support and youth development. For Pastor Benjamin's lifelong dedication to religion and spiritual leadership, he is awarded the Companion Star of Merit 2025, an honor befitting a shepherd whose guidance, faith, and vision have transformed countless lives and communities. Pastor Leroy George Benjamin Sr. William Vincent Austin Hodge has devoted nearly 50 years to education at national, regional, and international levels. Renowned for his high standards, dynamic leadership, and deep commitment to student success, he has inspired generations of learners and educators alike. Mr. Hodge began his career in 1974 at the Sandy Point Junior School and rose through the ranks to serve as head teacher, deputy head teacher, and grade 6 teacher before becoming the first past student of Sandy Point High School to serve as its principal during the school year's Silver Jubilee. Under his leadership, the school achieved top CXC-CSEC results, won 8 consecutive inter-school athletic championships, and multiple debating championships. He also championed the cause of teenage mothers returning to school. Beyond his school leadership, Mr. Hodge has influenced education nationally and regionally. He introduced senior management teams in primary and secondary schools. He coordinated in-service teacher training programs. He oversaw the inaugural tests of standards and chaired key in educational committees. Internationally, he served as a teacher and a reading instructor in the USA and as an English literature teacher in the British Virgin Islands. A man of ideas, discipline, and vision, Mr. Hodge is deeply committed to equity in education. He personally ensured that the majority of his grade 6 students secured placements in top Form 1 classes. His professionalism, strategic planning, and mentorship have left an indelible mark on teachers, students, and communities across this federation. For his lifelong dedication, transformative leadership, and profound contributions to education, William Vincent Austin Hodge is awarded the Companion of the Star of Merit 2025 in Education and Academia. Accepting this award on his behalf, as Mr. Hodge is presently away from the Federation, is Dr. Trevor Christmas. Mr. Franklin Dorset has had an illustrious career in law enforcement and corrections, spanning more than 30 years. He began his professional journey with the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force in 1979 and has held various leadership roles across multiple departments, including beat and patrol and traffic and transport. He was also appointed as orderly to Governor Sir Probyn Innes and to the first Governor General, Sir Clement Arundel, following our independence. During his early service, he worked at multiple stations, including Sandy Point, Tabernacle, Stapleton, and St. Johnson's, as well as the Immigration Department, where he advanced to the position of corporal. Throughout his tenure in the corrections system up until his retirement in 2015, Mr. Dorset provided outstanding leadership in public safety. He assumed the role of Chief Officer of Her Majesty's Prison and was later promoted to Superintendent, overseeing comprehensive educational and vocational programs for inmates. These included instruction in mathematics, English, and accounts, as well as training in farming, plumbing, welding, mechanical trades, small engine repair, masonry, and carpentry. These equipped inmates with the skills needed for rehabilitation and reintegration into society. He also enhanced his expertise through advanced correctional and rehabilitation training in England and across the Caribbean. Mr. Dorset returned in 2023 as an advisor and commissioner of corrections, a role that strengthened his legacy in law enforcement, justice, and offender rehabilitation. For his leadership and significant contributions to law and justice, Mr. Franklin Dorset is conferred the Companion of the Star of Merit 2025. Mr. Franklin Dorset. I now invite our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, to the podium to deliver his remarks.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, Miss Cherise. Today is the second day consecutive, I would think, being here at this, I would say, auspicious occasion. Let me start by thanking the pastor for his words of praise. I guess my prayers have been answered as well. Let me recognize Your Excellency Dame Marcella Liebert, GCMG JP, Governor General of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Youth Empowerment, Housing and Human Settlement, Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs, Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disability. The Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas, Senior Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Economic Development and Investment, and former Prime Minister. Let me also recognize our esteemed Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Marcus Natter. Here with us, we have Major Coyote Sutton, Acting Commander of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force. Also want to recognize Mr. James Sutton, Commissioner of Police, and I think Mrs. Sutton might be here. Let me recognize other senior officials, but I see here with us Mr. Walford Gomes, OBE JP, our Governor General Deputy as well. The Consular Corps, representation from the Republic of China, Taiwan, and others who are part of the Consular Corps with us today. Other members who have been awarded who are here with us. But allow me to especially recognize our awardees for today. And give me just 1 second. Allow me as Prime Minister to mention you by name and to express my own personal gratitude for your significant contribution to our nation's advancement and development. Mrs. Dorothy Clark, Mr. Goldwin Caines, MBE, Dr. Jerome Thomas, Miss Loazine E. Williams, Mrs. Lydia Claxton, Pastor Leroy Benjamin, Mr. Williams V.A. Hodge, and Dr. Christmas is receiving on his behalf, and Mr. Franklin Dorset. Let us put our hands together once again for all of our awardees. But I also want to extend, of course, our appreciation to the family members, the partners, the wives, the companions of our awardees today. For their sacrifices, they too had to sacrifice, and they had to share their loved ones for them to serve in the manner in which they served us. So put your hands together for all the family members and friends of our awardees here today. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to address the awardees of the Medal of Honor. I spoke about service as the quiet force that shapes nations, not always seen, but is always felt. I continue that reflection today, but I do so with a different lens and a distinct honor, the Star of Merit. This award holds a special place in our national honor system. It recognizes sustained excellence, meaningful contribution, and service that has made a measurable difference in the lives of others and in the advancement of our Federation. It is not given lightly, and it is never accidental. It is earned through years of dedication, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to purpose. And so to each recipient being honored today, I extend again my sincere congratulations. Your lives tell a powerful story, one of consistency, integrity, and a deep sense of responsibility to your country. You have not simply participated in national life, you have helped to shape it. You are model citizens in the truest sense of the term. Through your actions, you have demonstrated what it means to be Kittitian and Nivision, to give of self willingly, to place community and country above convenience, and to understand that the strength of a nation lies not only in its institutions, but in the character of its people. You remind us that service is not defined by title, but by impact. In a world that often celebrates visibility over value, your recognition today affirms something important, that quiet excellence matters, that commitment over time counts, and that nation building is as much about perseverance as it is about vision. As Prime Minister, and on behalf of the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and on behalf of a grateful people, we acknowledge your contributions. Your example sets a standard for those who will come after you and strengthens the moral fabric of our society. So may this honor serve not only as recognition of what you have already achieved, but as a reminder of the respect and appreciation your country and your people hold for you. So once again, congratulations, and may God continue to bless you, and may God continue to bless our beloved Federation. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Very well put, very well said, and a very fitting end to our investiture ceremony for the Companion of the Star of Merit 2025 honorees. And on behalf of our Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liburd, we are thankful for your presence here this morning to witness this very significant and very fitting ceremony. We are at the close of this morning's ceremony, and thank you so much once again for sharing with us. I now invite all of you to please stand for the playing of our national anthem. We will be taking photographs as indicated in our formal introduction. We will have our honorees individually in the same order in which your honor was given. You will join with the Honorable Prime Minister and Her Excellency here at the platform. Everyone else, please have a seat, and when we are ready for you, you will be called. Please.